We all know that when your mother is in charge of the group, it's a great success. So, in your view, what do you think made her successful?
Well, I think that she worked enormously hard. I mean, she had a very hard time. I wrote her speech, actually, to the board when she first took over, because she was very nervous. She had really not worked. She was 45 years old. She wrote this in her book, of course, which she won a Pulitzer Prize for when she was 80. But as I said, I was 18 or something, and I wrote her first speech to the board just saying that we were not going to sell the paper and that she would run it. And I think that she just worked enormously hard. She got as much advice as she could. And she was always worried that she hadn't really been educated for the job, that she hadn't been brought up, you know, doing the job. But I think she really overcame that through hard work and through a lot of help, actually, from other people, and through hiring very good people. And ultimately, a very famous American I don't know what you call him, financier, Warren Buffett, bought a huge part of the paper years and years and years ago. He bought a huge part of the Class B shares, and which are not voting shares. We own the voting shares. But he became very close friends with my mother, and of course Warren is very famous, is probably the most famous and successful investor in America, and he believed in the Post, and I think he gave her a lot of advice. I think she would be, if she were still alive, the first to say. He gave her a lot of business advice, and I think he was an enormous part of our success.
Do you think your mother's success can be copied today?
Well, I don't know. Probably not, because it was a very unique set of circumstances. You know, my grandfather bought this bankrupt paper. Then my father had started building the empire. He bought Newsweek. He bought the television station, so on and so forth. But it was a very small company at that point. And then, of course, she inherited the paper when he died. And so I think it's a unique set of circumstances that it's unlikely to occur, where, you know, somebody's handed, you know, a property, and she really built it into as I said yesterday, into a Fortune 500. She was the first woman to be on the Fortune 500 list in the US. She built it into a really enormous company and very successful company.
From a daughter's view, what kind of person you think your mother is?
Well, I think she was terrific. I think she did a terrific job, and I think it was really admirable. I think it was extremely hard for her. I witnessed it firsthand. I had to listen to her speeches for the Christmas parties, and it's hard for you to relate to, but you know, she was really, really so nervous in the beginning. And then, of course, she gained a lot of confidence. She became a very good speech maker. Initially, she was very nervous. She had to read her speeches, and by the end of her life, she was very confident. She was very good at giving speeches, and she'd really learned the business, and she felt very confident and very comfortable, of course, in the business.